Coach, big win over Portland today, clinched the series. What are some thoughts after today's win?
Today was just awesome from start to finish, being senior day, Mother's Day, 16 guys being honored before the game. Beautiful day outside, playing a really tough opponent, and kind of just a nip and tuck back and forth game that we've kind of struggled in this year. And we haven't won too many of these where it could go either way down to the last out in conference games. And that's what I told these guys after the game. It was just awesome to say you didn't have to wait 24 conference games to do it, but to win this type of game where we had to come from behind and close out and really just fighting, with everything everyone had left in the tank, and that's what you hope for on these, not the last game of the year, but the last conference game of the year. Couldn't be prouder of what everyone did today. It was really a cool day to be in the uniform and be part of this program.
Tyler, obviously you come up big in that fourth inning, the 4-run fourth inning. You tied the game with a single. Knowing there's 2 outs on the board, the 3 guys ahead of you moved the line, got the bases loaded. What's going through your head in that moment?
I mean, I'm not really thinking there's 2 outs. I'm just trying to see a ball that I like and just smack it as hard as I can. And I mean, it was hard enough. Didn't hit it very hard, but sometimes that plays. So.
What was the energy like in the dugout during that inning, and then obviously later on when Kody hit the home run, you guys go back up front?
Super good, amazing. I think we struggled with trying to get hits in key situations recently, and I think it really clicked today, and I think I really got the boys going.
Kody, 1 hit today, 1 big one with the home run, 2-run home run, excuse me. What's in you guys are trailing? What's going through your mind in that at bat, and then obviously when you're rounding the bases there?
Just going into the bat, I knew I was being a little bit passive in the box, so I told myself, why not get hungry and go get the first one that you see that's good, and that was the first one I saw. And everything was kind of a blur after that, but it felt good.
So standings were close this year going into a game like this, knowing that not only your performance on the field, but the results of other games are going to impact your postseason potential. How does that affect your mindset going into the game and throughout the game?
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, it tests you, and it really tests all the things we're about, just trying to win the next game and worry about the pitch that's in front of you. It's kind of our own fault that it's not in our own hands. So there's that part you have to deal with mentally. But once you're in the game, I think these guys showed you you got to go win your games and play your games hard, and everything else just kind of falls where it is. But this is my first time in the 3 years here that all 24 conference games mattered, and I know it seems like a little feat, but from where we were to where we got to, it means a lot to me that these guys didn't give in. There was a million tough losses this year and a million chances for them to just say, hey, it's not our year. And to the last day, on the last day, down 3 runs early and fighting and giving up the lead and falling behind again, I think they showed you they were where their feet were in the fight today, and that was something to be really proud of as a coach. And these guys, I know they're proud of it themselves.
Kody, senior day obviously today, playing in front of your friends and family. What was the emotion like pregame during the ceremony?
It being like Mother's Day and all, that kind of I love my mom, so
it's nice.
So it meant a lot to me to play in front of her today, and I just felt like I had to honor a lot of people and a lot of my brothers and my parents especially.
Rob, pretty balanced offensive performance today from the team. I think everyone got a hit who came up to bat today. Overall, what do you see out of your offense today?
Yeah, I tried to get guys like Tyler and JT and some of our better guys versus a lefty. I mean, their starter has thrown a perfect game this year. He's pretty good, and he's been good for 4 years in this conference. So that was kind of the reason behind some of the guys in and kind of the maneuvering. But when you're talking about playing pretty much where if you lose, your season's definitely over as far as the playoffs, which I know these guys know, not that we talked about it, but you kind of throw all that stuff out the window, the stats, the metrics, and it's just if you have any heart under your jersey to fight. And that was what I saw out of our offense today. Seemed like this was one of those days they just were not going to let the other team beat them, and that's really something that's cool to watch.
And then your pitching staff, going back to the last game too, 5 total guys pitch. You gave up 6 runs total to a really good hitting team. What do you see out of Aiden today, starting on the mound, and then obviously Q and Hunter finishing up?
Yeah, it's funny. Like me and Coach Soup, our pitching coach, kind of agreed last night that after 5, we're going to take Rizzy out because the 6th inning has been interesting for him the last couple times, and then he dominates his way through the 5th again. We look at each other and say, forget about that, keep him out there. And he couldn't, he almost he came within 1 strike of getting us out of the 6th, and then Q came in. But Rizzy, awesome. Mostly every time he took the ball this year, I'm pretty sure the team was confident we were going to win the game and we had the better pitcher. And he gets stronger as the game goes on, gives us a heck of an effort every time. And we had a fight. Q didn't have his best stuff today, but he still was able to minimize some of those situations where, again, a lot of times the game could have fell apart on us. And I thought, Holzheimer, that first inning, he came in struggling, and I thought Rampin's play on the pass ball to throw the guy out, and the difference between 1 out, nobody on, and then a line drive right at Harries, 2 outs, no one on, instead of probably a run score, we got to play up for the bunt, the line drives by him. It's a whole different game. So Rampin, with everything he's got left, is he saved us on that one, and that was just an unbelievable. He made 2 unbelievable plays today back there. It was special to watch.
Knowing that you have 3 games left, obviously conference play is done. Looking back to last season compared to this year, how do you evaluate the team overall, from last year?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have much to play for the entire month of May last year mathematically. It was definitely some bumps in the road and learning curve. We struggled offensively, and obviously we spent a good amount of time changing almost everything about our offensive plan, approach, brought more people in, and I think our toughness showed in the batter's box pretty much the entire year. We went from by far the worst offense in the league to, I think you could ask a lot of pitching staffs in this league. I don't think they like facing us 1 through 9, and super proud of that. And going 4-20 last year, and more than doubling our wins in conference, and 23 wins so far in the season with more to go. Hopefully, really proud. I mean, I know that it's not this quantum leap to 15, 16 conference wins, but anyone who's watched us for 2 years, or Kody who's been here, this team's night and day with the energy, the fight, and what we bring to the table. We just had some tough games go against us a few times where our record would be way better, but we played our hearts out this year, and way different than last year for sure, in a good way.
And then obviously, last question here with senior day, 16 guys obviously being honored pre-game. What does it mean to you for those guys to kind of contribute to this program throughout the years, and what does it mean to you?
Yeah, it's always a tough day because I wish I could play all 16 guys, but we also shoot for our goals to be playing meaningful games all the way through, and we can't play a club game on the last day of the year when you're fighting for something. And our guys understand that, but you want to honor the guys, and it's just really cool to see, like, especially guys like Keegren and Shu and JT, Lance, who have truly spent all 4 years, which is getting rarer and rarer, but they put their heart and soul in this program before I even got here, and to watch them kind of ride it out. And then, families being here, Kody being from Hawaii, like he said, he's on the phone with his mom every day, but she doesn't get to see him play every day. So I know it means a lot to these guys, and you want to win. You want to win on that day. And we've won the 2 out of the 3 senior days I've been here. We've won, and it's really special. But to me, I get a little choked up no matter what on the last days, because you go through so much together, and watching, me having a 3-year-old son, watching the moms throw the pitches to their kids it's really cool. And actually, when that was going on, my son and wife were underneath. I said, 19 years, you'll get ready to catch Chase's throw. So, it's special. It's special to watch, and how many people truly care about this program. And these guys know what their parents do for them. For them to have these opportunities is something we try and honor every day on the field.